St. Anthony and South Central should be a good one, as St. Anthony, as the 2 seed, will take on South Central, who fought their way into this 3rd place game after being the 5th seed initially in this tournament. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the starting lineups. First for the visitors, the St. Anthony Bulldogs under Cody Rinker. They're 13-9 on the season. They will start James Cavas, a 6-foot senior. He wears number 11. He has 4 tournament points thus far. He'll be out there with Chandler Martelli, a 6'1 senior wearing number 15 with 22 tournament points. He'll be joined by Nick Grunlow at a forward spot. Grunlow, a 6'4 senior, number 23, has 25 tournament points to lead the Bulldogs in scoring this week. Drew Gibson gets the call at another forward spot. He's a 6'3 junior wearing number 33. He has 14 tournament points. And getting the start this afternoon is Cade Walsh. Walsh, a 5'9" sophomore, will run the point and also knock you down a three-pointer or two. He wears number 3 for this St. Anthony Bulldogs ball club. For the South Central Cougars, under head coach Rick Simmons, they're 8-13 on the season. They will start on the perimeter. Brett Harmeyer. He's a 6'1 senior, but he can do a lot for your ball club. He wears number 3. He has 42 tournament points in 2 games here at the NTC. He'll be joined out there by Javante Hill. Hill, number 10, is a 6'2 senior, plays the forward spot. He has 18 points in the tournament. Trevor Markley, number 20, a 5'10 junior, has 12 tournament points. And Caleb Harpster will be on the perimeter. He's a 5'9 junior wearing number 24. And rounding out the lineup for South Central is the big man in the middle, John Arnold. Arnold, a 6'5" senior wearing number 40 for the South Central Cougars. So those are your starters as we get set for what should be a great 3rd place contest between South Central and St. Anthony.
It's interesting. It'll be the 2 and the 6 seeds going, or 2 and the 5 seeds going against each other here. So if you abide by that stuff, then that might cause you to think, well, St. Anthony has this in the bag. It hardly ever seems to work out that way here. Hardly anybody ever gets anything in the bag.
Nothing's easy at the NTC is almost the way to think of it usually. And kind of tell you how these teams got here. St. Anthony with a victory over BCCH 73-46. But remember, that was a pretty close game at halftime, and then St. Anthony opened it up. And then they suffered a tough loss last night to Dietrich, 33-31. I know the score says, wow, was that a good game? Absolutely it was. Great defense played by both teams. It sure was a lot of fun, and St. Anthony come up just a little short in that one. So that's how they got to this 3rd place game. Meanwhile, South Central got the mildest of upsets over SEB with their 50-44 win over St. Elmo Brownstown in that 4-5 matchup. And then they fell to Altamont 64-46 in the semifinals. So that put them in this 3rd place contest.
I tell you, there are a lot of things, a lot of intangibles when you come to the NTC. And I'm thinking we got to add a category for the most creative introductions. Windsor's Two Straws really does a great job, but I think South Central might win it. Each kid's got a different thing, and it's close between those two. Wayne's probably got video on that, so we can check that out.
Teams are around the center circle. Looks like we're getting ready to go. The tip is in the air, and it's controlled by St. Anthony as Cade Walsh comes down with it, and he'll set the offense against the Cougars man-to-man.
Johnny Meinhardt put it in the air. And our old pals Dana Anderson and Carl Repking, our other officials today.
St. Anthony works the backdoor lob. They get it to Drew Gibson, who catches and shoots all in one motion, and he got the scoop shot to fall for a quick 2-0 lead for the Bulldogs. Now they pick up in a full-court press. The Cougars beat it, get it ahead to Dre Hill. Back out top to Harmeyer, and Harmeyer looks and sets the offense against St. Anthony's man-to-man.
St. Anthony, no doubt, smaller with this lineup, but quicker, too, so we'll see whether the one thing offsets the other.
Hill, nice backdoor cut to Harmeyer, or actually got the pass to the backdoor cutter, Harmeyer, but the layup rolled off, and Grunlow grabs the rebound for St. Anthony.
Of course he does.
Yeah, he pushes it up to Walsh. Walsh over to Martelli. Martelli, top of the key. They swing it to Cabas, now to Walsh on the left wing. He goes to Grunlow out high. Back to Walsh. Walsh dribbles to the top of the key, then sends it right side to Cabas. Back out to Gibson. Over to Walsh, left wing. Walsh surveys. Now gets it to Martelli out top. Over to Gibson, who will try a right wing 3. It's in and out, no good. Rebound tipped around, and it's finally claimed by South Central and Caleb Harpster. Harpster brings it up court, leaves it back with Trevor Markley, who moves to the top of the key. Now they go high post to John Arnold. Arnold holds it high. He can't help but do that out there at 6'5", 6'6". Gets it over to Hill. Now out top to Harpster. Harpster with the dribble, leaves it with Markley. Markley around a screen, drives baseline, gets it in the corner to Harmeyer. Harmeyer swings it out to the top of the key. Now he leaves it with Hill. Hill moves in, now back out, now down in the corner to Harpster, inside to Arnold. Little hook shot, too strong. Rebound fought for, and I think Arnold went over the back to try to get it back.
Grunlow got in position for the rebound, and John Arnold got him. That's the first foul on either ball club.
So just about 2 minutes into the first quarter, St. Anthony with the ball and the 2-0 lead. They'll bring it up court and look over the Cougars man-to-man as the Cougars are in white, trimmed in dark navy blue. St. Anthony in their red uniforms get it to Gibson. Out top to Walsh. Now they swing it in the corner to Grunlow. Three on the way is good.
Boom. Nothing fancy there. Just kick it to the corner, and Nick took care of the rest.
So a 5-0 advantage early for South Central, and Rick Simmons is going to take a timeout. Quick 30-second break with 5:43 to play in the first quarter. It's St. Anthony 5, South Central nothing. You're listening to high school basketball on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. Stop in uniform after the games at the NTC tournament for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Simmons might change.
Well,
because this early in the game, he's seen something, though, that he wants to modify.
Well, if you remember, they were up 4-0 to Altamont, and then Altamont went on a huge run early in the ball game. So he's saying, hey, boys, we can't afford to do that again against St. Anthony.
Yep, they just want to take some air out here.
They get the ball up court against the press. Markley has it knocked away. Gibson knocked it loose. Markley got it, and then he dribbled it back in the backcourt. And Rick Simmons says, hey, they touched it. That shouldn't have been over and back. But he said he dribbled it back on his side and then back on St. Anthony's side.
Turnover, first on either ball club.
So St. Anthony looks to their early lead. Martelli to the free throw line. Leaves it with Grunlow out to Walsh. Walsh on the right wing. Now to Cavas. Top of the key over to Gibson, left side. Gibson puts it on the floor, gets to the free throw line. Now goes back to Cavas, who takes the baseline. Double team. Got it to Walsh in the corner. Out top to Grunlow, who's double teamed himself. Tries to get it out of trouble. Saved it Martelli at the timeline, but he flipped it back to avoid an over and back call. It right into the hands of Harpster, who brought it down court. And then his pass was knocked away, and it's out of bounds to the Cougars.
Chandler Martelli ends up down there by Kathy Porter in the black chair seats trying to get it back, but it will stay with the Cougars.
So here's Harmeyer triggering the inbounds from deep in the corner. Got it out top to Markley. Now top of the key, Arnold. Back to Markley on the right wing. He's looking inside, nothing doing. Finds Harmeyer out high. Now spots Arnold in the post. Arnold spins, and he done a little too much footwork as he's called for traveling.
So a turnover each way that trip. 2 now in the game on the Cougars, 1 on the Bulldogs.
So St. Anthony up 5-0 with 4:42 to play in the first quarter. Trots it up court. Martelli on the left wing to Grunlow. Out top to Walsh. Top of the key three. That's off the mark. Rebound up high is Harmeyer. It's still being tipped around, and it's finally controlled by Harpster of South Central. He hands it off to Harmeyer. And Brett, 4-year letter winner for the Cougars, who just went over 1,000 points in his career, gets it up ahead to Harpster. Harpster inside to Hill. Hill has it knocked loose. It's on the floor. They're fighting for it, and finally a jump ball is whistled, and it'll stay with South Central. No lack of effort there from Hill.
There was all kinds of scrumming going on, and eventually everybody got back on their feet.
So Harmeyer will trigger from under his basket. Maybe. He's looking, has to go out top. Finally, Markley has it. Now to Harpster. Rifles a pass into Arnold. Too hot to handle and taken away by Gibson. He's driving for the layup. He's tied up on the shot, and a blocking foul is whistled as St. Anthony will try to take advantage of the third Cougar turnover at the free throw line.
Markley got him. His first, second on the Cougars. So Trevor Markley on the personal. Drew Gibson to the line here with the Bulldogs.
Free throw up. It's good. So Gibson has 3. Nick Grunlow has 3. St. Anthony has 6 with 4:04 to play in the first.
Kyle Harkey checks in here for St. Anthony. Martelli gets a breather. A couple of changes for South Central. Arnold sat down.
Ryan Matheny's in, a 5'11 sophomore. Logan Lutz returns, a 5'4, or actually into the ballgame for the first time, a 5'4 freshman. Meanwhile, Gibson hits the second free throw, makes it 7-0. St. Anthony with the full court press. South Central beats it. They get it ahead to Matheny. Shot off the glass too strong. Rebound James Cabas. He's going to bring it up court himself. Gets to the top of the key where he hands it to Walsh. 3:45 to play in the first quarter. Walsh off to Hartke. Over to Gibson. Now to Grunlow on the left wing. They swing it to Walsh. Now to Gibson on the right side. Right baseline Grunlow. Jumper from 15 around and out. Rebound out of bounds, and it's a foul whistled as St. Anthony went up over the back.
And Dana Anderson says it's on 1-1. That's James Cabas. First foul for St. Anthony this afternoon.
So the full court press applied by St. Anthony as the Cougars trigger it inbounds to the freshman Lutz. His pass is kicked out of bounds by Grunlow. So South Central will try it again.
It's a shutout so far for St. Anthony. Doesn't seem like it, but 7-0.
Matheny gets it ahead to Lutz. He drives in. Lutz the shot's no good. Rebound taken down by, that's Cabas with it. Clears it out of trouble himself. Gets it ahead to Hartke. Out top to Walsh. They swing it to Gibson. 3:10 to play in the first quarter. Again, 7-0 St. Anthony. They have the ball and the lead. Cabas goes corner Grunlow. Left side. Bounces it out top to Hartke. Now right wing. Walsh tracks down the pass. Gets it to Grunlow, top of the key. He had trouble with the catch, but ultimately controls and goes to Hartke. Hartke on the left wing. Out top to Cabas. Over to Grunlow for 3. They wave off the shot, and a foul is called. We'll have to see what's going on here.
It's on the Cougars, and it ends up on Dre Hill, his first, and that's 3 on the Cougars.
Inbounds to Gibson, stops and pops from 12. Drew Gibson got it to go. He has 6 early points, and it's 9-0 in favor of St. Anthony. There's Lutz with a pass up ahead to Matheny. Now to Dre Hill. Turnaround shot. It's no good. Harmeyer up high for the rebound. Settles himself, puts it back up, and he got it to go.
He made sure that one stuck. There had been a couple of floaters, and Harmeyer made sure that one stayed.
The 2:24 to play in the first quarter. South Central is on the scoreboard, trailing by 7, 9-2. St. Anthony working it around the perimeter. Grunlow left wing. Gets it out top to Walsh. Over to Cabas right side. James back out top to Hartke, and we've got another foul away from the ball.
This one's on St. Anthony. I think Cabas maybe, and that's 2 quick ones on James. Yeah. Well, let me double check. 13, not 11, Greg. Kyle Hartke got the foul. His first 2 on the Bulldogs. St. Anthony's second turnover, Matt.
Chandler Martelli replaces Cade Walsh as South Central works the ball up court. They get it ahead to Matheny. Matheny in the left corner. Looks underneath the basket for Hill. Hill spins in the post. Goes back to Matheny. Out to Markley. Over to Lutz.
Couple of nice catches there.
Yeah. The freshman gets it to Harmeyer, who's posting up. Had it bounce off of somebody's foot, but it went straight out to Lutz, who controls and gets it to Hill. Now underneath Matheny. Shot up, blocked by Hartke, and he's called for another foul.
Got Hartke up in the air. Kyle gets called for 2 quick ones here. That's 3 on St. Anthony. But 2 on Hartke.
So Matheny will step to the charity stripe, the 5'11 sophomore. Puts the first of 2 up. And it's good.
So, I guess, in the long scheme of things, that's 3 straight for South Central.
That is
being
true.
Down 9-0.
That is true.
We're having long lapses in scoring in this one.
This one's up. It's off the side of the rim, no good. Hill tracks it down, though, in the corner. Bounces it out top to Lutz. That bounce pass went over the top of Cody Rinker, the coach for St. Anthony, who was kneeling there on the sideline. Now they go inside to Harmeyer, posting up. Got underneath his man, puts the shot up. It's no good as he was a little under the basket, and Grunlow clears the rebound. To Gibson on the right side. Skips it left wing to Martelli. Chandler's 3 is short. Rebound Markley. Outlet ahead to Harmeyer. Harmeyer bringing it up the left side. Takes the contact, hits the deck, and he'll go to the line as he was fouled on the shot.
Jeff Fricknick here with a save down in the black chair seat. So no harm befell Harmeyer. Foul called on Martelli. Chandler's first. That's 4 on St. Anthony, and Harmeyer to the line here for the Cougars.
A couple of substitutions coming in after this free throw is up and off the mark from Harmeyer.
Everybody's playing like it's a third-place game.
Kind of.
Like they didn't want to be here. Everybody wants to be in the championship game.
John Arnold comes back in, replacing Ryan Matheny for South Central. James Cabas will have a seat, and Jay Nieberge makes his first appearance of the ball game. Harmeyer hits that free throw, gives him 3. South Central with 4, and it's 9-4. Now a pass ahead to Gibson, and wow, they called Harmeyer for a push along the sideline.
Had my head down. I don't know.
That pass was right along the sideline, and Gibson caught it, and it looked to me like his momentum was taking him out of bounds, and Harmeyer was just there, standing there.
Rick Simmons is beside himself.
Yeah. Now here's a knockaway by Arnold, and it goes to the timeline where they're on the floor as Walsh back into the ball game, and Arnold tie each other up. Jump ball will keep it with St. Anthony.
Still some conversation going on about that. Out of bounds foul.
And they get it to Gibson, does St. Anthony on the right side after they triggered the inbounds. He hands it out top to Jay Nieberge, over to Walsh, left wing 3, around and out. Offensive putback, Grunlow. It's blocked by Hill. That rebound claimed by Arnold. Ahead to Lutz. Locke gets it up to Harmeyer. Harmeyer with 42 seconds to play in the first quarter. Looks to get the Cougars a little closer. Drives into the lane. Leaves it with Logan Lutz. He's open from 18. Off the mark. Off the heel of the rim. No good. And as they go up for the rebound, another foul's whistled against South Central.
Kind of playing this in slow motion. Fouls on Arnold. His second. 4 on South Central now. Down goes Arnold.
So, with 33 seconds to play in the first quarter, it's St. Anthony maybe with a chance at the last shot. We'll see how they want to play it. They work the ball to Martelli, out top to Nieberge, over to Walsh on the right side. 20 seconds as he curls towards the free throw lane, then kicks it out to Grunlow, over to Gibson, left wing. Gibson picked up his dribble, got it back to Walsh. Now with 10 on the clock, he runs it across to Martelli, over to Gibson. Gibson to Grunlow, out top to Walsh. Right side, 5 seconds. They go baseline. Grunlow spins, puts up a tough shot at the buzzer. It's no good, and the first quarter comes to a close. After 1, it's St. Anthony 9 and South Central 4. High school basketball on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. Stop in uniform after the games at the NTC tournament for a free one-scoop sundae.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
The area's #1 website for local news, sports, weather, and more, 979xfm.com.
9-4 the score. St. Anthony leading South Central in the third-place game of the 81st Annual National Trail Conference Tournament.
7th place game went to Windsor's Two Straws over Neoga, 47-33. SEB with a big comeback win over Beecher City Cowden Herrick, 74-65 in the Consolation Championship.
Cougars are trying to diagnose this 1-2-2 zone. They get it to Markley on the side to Lutz. Now they swing it in the corner to Harmeyer. Back out top to Lutz. They go to Markley again. Now baseline Matheny, who's back in there as he came in for Arnold at the end of the first quarter. Now they go to Markley for 3, and Trevor drained it. It was almost as if they had to convince him to take that shot.
That is their second basket of the game.
But they're on a 7-0 run as they pulled themselves back within 2 after trailing 9-0.
Beasley's out there for the Bulldogs to start the second quarter.
Walsh handling out top, hands it to Martelli. Martelli comes to the top of the key with a pass to Jeff Nieberge, now to Cabas.
Grunlow's getting a breather while Beasley's out there.
Cade Walsh out to Beasley. Now to Martelli. Back to Walsh. Walsh calls out a new play. He's being hounded out there by the freshman, Lutz. They get it to Martelli on the left side. Now to Niebrigi, top of the key. Takes it down the left side. Picks up his dribble. Hands it off to Chandler Martelli. Pulls up from 12. Shot no good. Rebounds fought for, and Walsh picks it up. Hooks a pass under to Beasley. Shot is good as he's fouled.
So they're getting the youngster into the action here. A little baptism of fire for Alex this week. He hasn't really played a lot of varsity ball, but this week he's been busy. Foul called on Markley, so he picks up his second. So that's a couple of Cougars with 2 fouls here in the early part of the game.
Beasley sinks the free throw, converting the old-fashioned three-point play, putting St. Anthony back up by 5.
That's 3 straight for them now.
Yeah. Hill is going to bring it across the timeline himself. Takes it over to the left side. Crosses over. Gets all the way underneath. The shot off the glass is good.
Great move. Little one-on-one there.
Explosive move from Dre Hill. Makes it 12-9 with 6:22 to play in the second. St. Anthony with the ball in the 3-point lead. Martelli stops and pops the free throw line. Shot around and out. Rebound tracked down by Lutz in the corner. He's double-teamed. Has it knocked away by Walsh. And they point towards St. Anthony. Must have hit off of the youngster.
I'm a long way away. I can't tell. Grunlow's back. Down goes Nieberge for the Bulldogs.
They pointed St. Anthony's way. Harmeyer tried to inbounds it. Boy, now the officials are going to talk a little bit. It's on the other end of the gym from us. But it looked for all the world to me like Walsh knocked that ball out of bounds.
Carl Repking and Dana Anderson talking at some length here, and it is going to go to South Central.
It looked to me like that's the right call, but again, it was on the opposite end of the gym. So
I was working on the stats. I'm sorry, I can't help.
But I like the fact that the officials communicated. You always like to see that. So it's 12-9, South Central trailing by 3, bringing it up court. Markley working against Beasley. South Central looking over the St. Anthony man-to-man. Trevor Markley out top. Going to have to get rid of it. Now he moves just enough to avoid a 5-second call. Gets it to Harmeyer to Lutz. Lutz and Walsh. Those two will be playing against each other for some time.
You bet.
Now out top to Hill, who fires it to Matheny inside, right back to Hill. Hill puts it on the floor, goes in the corner. There's Markley. Catch, shot for 3. It's too strong. Rebound Walsh. He's bringing it on the run. Outlet way ahead to Martelli, who drives the left side. Got the ball knocked loose, but apparently he was hit by Hill. And so it'll be a couple free throws coming for St. Anthony, or at least one.
Hill gets the foul. His second. They've had 6 fouls. Hill 2, Markley 2, Arnold 2.
Got to be 7 as they're shooting a 1-and-1.
Maybe I took a nap.
Free throw is up and good for Chandler Martelli. It's his first.
Must have missed one. 3 kids have 2 fouls, Hill, Markley, and Arnold. And then the mystery player has the 7th foul.
Here's the next for Martelli off the mark, but Grunlow got inside position somehow. Puts it off the glass, no good. Matheny clears this board for the Cougars and hands it off to Harmeyer. So it's 13-9, a 4-point edge for St. Anthony with 5:20 to play in the second quarter. Lutz works it out top to Markley, over to Harmeyer. Fakes the 3, drives baseline, leans in. Shot no good as it was affected by Grunlow, and Cabas comes down with the rebound. I think Cabas thought he was fouled for a second until he realized it was Grunlow that hit him. They hand it off to Martelli, who sweeps into the lane, kicks it out to Beasley, now to Cabas.
That is a rare occurrence that would happen, yeah, that you get a foul out of the deal.
Cabas to Martelli, right wing 3, no good. Rebound, tipped around, Cabas picks it up. Steps inside, puts the shot off the glass, it's good.
You know, with Walsh running the offense, that really does open up Cabas to some more opportunities around the bucket, so they're going to look to him to cash in some.
15-9 the score as Harmeyer gets a screen from Matheny. The old pick and roll as Matheny works inside, and a jump ball is called as Cabas got a hand on it and tied it up. Possession arrow favors St. Anthony, so it turns into a Cougar turnover.
Their first of the quarter, just their 4th of the game. St. Anthony with just 2 turnovers so far. So that part's been good.
Gibson's on the floor for the Bulldogs. We'll set the floor as it's Gibson, Walsh, Grunlow, Cabas, and Beasley. Walsh takes it over to the left side. Now back to Grunlow on the right wing. Down in the corner to Gibson. Out top to Cabas. They hand it to Walsh. Now he hands it to Gibson, rather. Top of the key 3 off the side of the rim, and it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to South Central.
Nice job by Lutz. He didn't try to grab the ball. We see kids go after that ball when it's out there, and then they lose it out of bounds. He knew that St. Anthony had shot the ball, so, hey, if I leave this thing alone, we get the ball.
And he sure didn't want to save it under the other team's basket.
That's the other part of it, yeah.
So here's South Central working the pick and roll. Hill and Harmeyer, but the pass was tipped and it's taken out of the air by Grunlow. Second Cougar turnover, but two of them just in the last couple trips, I believe. Walsh to Cabot. Out top to Grunlow. He's at the center circle. Well, between the rings at the top of the key. Now they go to Gibson to Walsh. Back to Grunlow. He's in the right corner now. He drives the baseline, gets underneath, forces up a shot, and he is fouled.
Couple of choices here. 4-2, I think. Yeah, Matheny got it. His first. They were already over the limit.
But it was a shooting foul. So with 2 free throws up on the way. First of the 2 is good for Grunlow. He has 4, and it's 16-9. St. Anthony's edging that lead back out. They were up by 9 earlier, 9-0. Now it's 16-9. It'll stay that way as the free throw rattles out. Matheny grabs the board. Ahead to Dre Hill. Hill leaves it with Harmeyer.
7 different kids have a rebound for South Central. I thought I'd throw that in there.
That's about all that's played. Hill has it at the top of the key from Markley. Now he'll drive into the lane on the left side. Ball knocked loose by Cabas. Oh, they called him for traveling. Turnover. We'll give it to St. Anthony.
Well, it was a turnover one way or the other, I guess. So, third turnover on the Cougars.
Here's Walsh around the screen as he brought it up court. Gets it in the corner to Cabas. Now they kick it out to Gibson. He banks the shot from about 16. Drew Gibson with 8 makes it 18-9. Back to a 9-point advantage for the Bulldogs.
Not only does South Central have just 5 points in the quarter, Matt, they've only had 4 shots in the quarter. Can't score much with 4 shots.
Lutz out top, drug the pivot foot.
That's 4 turnovers in the quarter, 7.5 on the Cougars. Not a huge total, but boy, when it's this low scoring and you're not getting that many opportunities, those turnovers are magnified.
Yep, they're all adding up. Walsh takes the inbounds and back for it, drives it up for it, got it underneath Grunlow. Grunlow spins, shot off the glass is good. Nick Grunlow with 6, makes it 20-9, an 11-point advantage for St. Anthony, their largest of the afternoon.
11-5 Bulldogs so far in the second quarter.
Harmeyer working on Gibson. Flips it over to Lutz. He bounces it to Matheny. Matheny looks inside. Nothing there. Goes to Markley. Markley to Hill. Hill a long 2. Around and out. No good. Rebound Hartke. Hands it to Walsh. Walsh flips it ahead for Gibson. Nice catch in the lane. Sticks it up and in. Drew Gibson got behind the defense and scored his 10th point, and that'll lead South Central to take a full timeout. With 2:06 to play in the second quarter, it's St. Anthony 22, South Central 9. High school basketball on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
The area's #1 website for local news, sports, weather, and more, 979xfm.com.
Sarah Bush Lincoln is providing greater access to care with 5 new family medicine doctors in the community and 2 walk-in clinics in Mattoon and Charleston to take care of your urgent medical needs when your doctor's not available.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
I stopped by during the last time, or between games, said hi to everybody at the scorer's table here at Altamont. Those folks work all week.
Yeah.
Nice job there. Dave Scholes and Amanda Maloney, and then all the scorekeepers for all the schools. They do a good job.
2 minutes to play in the first half. South Central inbounds the ball, and they bring it up court, trailing 22-9.
And Howard Winter, when he's here, does a great job, too.
That's true. Hill holding it out top. Finds Harmeyer. 3 on the way. Off the mark. No good. Hartke up high for the rebound. Clears it to Walsh, who's on the run. Pushes it ahead to Grunlow. Grunlow slows things down as South Central got back. Flipped it to Walsh. Back to Grunlow. Top of the key three. Got it.
Wow. So Grunlow's sitting on 9 now. They got Gibson with 10. And those are the same or more than what South Central has as a team. Now you see the problem.
Here's Harmeyer finding the lane to the basket. He drives in and gets it off the glass.
That's what they need. They need somebody to take it in there and drive it on in. And Hill's tried a couple of times. Has come up empty a couple of times. Harmeyer, nice drive there.
Minute 5 to play in the half. Gibson with it, top of the key. Drives into the lane and got a travel whistle.
Harmeyer thought he played good defense, and apparently he had, because the walk. That's St. Anthony's first turnover, Matt. They only have 3 in the game.
They've done an excellent job of taking care of the ball. So with a minute to play in the second quarter, Cougars will try to chop into their 14-point deficit. Harmeyer brings it across the timeline, moves over to one side, now back to the top of the key where he leaves it with Markley. Markley gets a screen from Matheny, goes back out to Harmeyer. Harmeyer at the top of the key, backs it out to the center circle.
Tough time busting somebody loose inside.
They get it to Lutz. Logan puts it on the floor, drives on the left side. He's bumped on his way to the basket.
Walsh, the bigger guy, got the foul.
That doesn't happen to Walsh very often.
Cade's a good kid, though. That's his first foul. That's 5 on the Bulldogs. Still a common foul.
Gibson will have a seat. Checking in is Chandler Martelli to replace him. Meanwhile, Harmeyer looking to trigger the inbounds, run to the basket. Gets it in the corner to Markley. They leave him open for 3. Shot no good. Rebound taken down by Martelli. Martelli to Walsh. As Walsh sets it up. From the center circle, he gets it back to Martelli on the right wing. Out top to Cabas. Cabas flips it back to Walsh with 15 seconds, who runs it over to Martelli. Working the weave here. Now they get it to Hartke, to Cabas. He's on the left wing, out top to Walsh. 6 seconds. They go to Hartke on the right side. Hartke skip pass to Martelli. Martelli flips up a shot. It's no good, as it looked like they kind of lost track of the clock there at the end of the second quarter. But St. Anthony has done a lot of other things right as they lead this one at halftime. It is St. Anthony 25, South Central 11. You're listening to high school basketball on 97.9 XFM.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Let our experienced employees at Ride Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Ride's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Sarah Bush Lincoln is providing greater access to care with 5 new family medicine doctors in the community and 2 walk-in clinics in Mattoon and Charleston to take care of your urgent medical needs when your doctor's not available.
Your home for the 81st Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
St. Anthony with a 25-11 halftime lead in the third place game of the 81st Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. We're getting set for a great second half of action here in this third place game. We'll take a little break and come back with the championship game tonight. It's going to be a blast. If you've never been to the NTC championship game, I think this would be a great one to come to. Altamont and Dietrich will pack this place, but there is still tickets available for you, so you can come get some at the door. I believe they open up the doors at 6:45.
45 minutes before the start of the game.
Yep, tip is supposed to be at 7:30 tonight. And they also give away they recognize the scholarship
Yeah, Scholar Athlete Award winners. Yep. So and a girl from each of the schools.
It's really a neat atmosphere. They do that during halftime. They usually have some other recognitions, and of course, the pageantry of the game will then be a huge part of the days. Will be the main part of the championship atmosphere tonight here in Altamont High School, where it'll be Altamont taking on Dietrich. Still a few tickets left for you, so if you want to come to the game, you can come early and get your tickets, as they're all sold at the door here at ACHS.
Thanks to St. Anthony's soccer coach Eric Morales for the icy cold water.
Always appreciated during our third game of 3 in a row.
You betcha.
Quickly here with some halftime numbers. St. Anthony with quarters of 9 and 16 for their total of 25. South Central had quarters of 4 and 7 for their total of 11. St. Anthony is led by Drew Gibson with 10 points. Nick Runlow's added 9 points. Alex Beasley with 5. James Cavas 2. And Chandler Martelli 1. Jane Ebrigi, Kyle Harkey, and Cade Walsh have all played for the St. Anthony Bulldogs, as well as I mentioned Alex Beasley with his 5 points, I do believe.
Playing Wayne's theme song here.
Yes.
We are the champions.
Rick Simmons of South Central Cougars struggling to find points in the first half, only with 11 at halftime. Brett Harmeyer has 5, Trevor Markley with 3, Dre Hill with 2, and Ryan Matheny has scored 1 point. John Arnold and Caleb Harpster, as well as Logan Lutz, have all played for the South Central Cougars, who again trail St. Anthony 25-11 here at the half. We'll take a quick break, come back with some stats from Greg and some more information from the 81st Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. You're listening to coverage on 97.9 XFM.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament. Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities available from production office to the manufacturing floor.
Wet Pools and Spas in Effingham, where you'll find top-of-the-line spas and above and in-ground pools at affordable prices.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more.
Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities available from production office to the manufacturing floor.
All right, we're back at the National Trail Tournament at Altamont at halftime in our third-place game. St. Anthony in front of South Central 25-11. Here's one reason why South Central only has 11 points. They're shooting 25% from the field. 1 of 8 in that first quarter. 3 of 8 in the second quarter is better. 4 of 16 at halftime. 4 buckets at halftime. 2 of 4 from the line. 7 turnovers haven't helped. 9 rebounds. 1 for 4 on three-point tries. St. Anthony at 45% from the field on 9 of 20 shooting. 3 out of 10 in the first quarter, but 6 of 10 in the second quarter. That's 60%. 9 out of 20 at halftime for 45%. Bulldogs 5 of 7 from the line, 71%, and just 3 turnovers. That's just a heck of a total. 3 turnovers for the Bulldogs at halftime. Only 1 of those turnovers in the second quarter. They have a dozen rebounds, so they've outboarded the Cougars 12-9. St. Anthony 2 of 8 on three-point tries. Individually for South Central, Brett Harmeyer is 2 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 from the line, so he has 5 points, a couple of rebounds. Drevante Hill, 1 for 3 from the field for 2 points and a board. Trevor Markley, 1 for 3 from the field. It was a 3, so he has 3 points and a rebound. John Arnold missed a shot but grabbed a rebound. Caleb Harpster, a couple of rebounds. Logan Lutz is 0 for 2 from the field with a rebound. Ryan Matheny 0 for 1 from the field. 1 for 2 from the line for 1 point, and he has 1 rebound. 4 and 7. The quarters for South Central's 11 points here at halftime. For the Bulldogs, James Cavas made his only shot. He has a foul and 4 rebounds to go with those 2 points. Chandler Martelli's missed 4 shots from the field, but he's 1 for 2 from the line and has a rebound and a foul. So a point, a rebound, and a foul for Chandler. Nick Grunlow, 3 for 6 from the field that first half. 2 threes, plus he's 1 for 2 from the line. So he has 9 points plus 3 rebounds. Drew Gibson, good half. 4 for 6 from the field and 2 for 2 from the line. So 10 for Drew at halftime. No fouls, no boards. Jane Eberge played a little. Kyle Hartke grabbed a couple of rebounds and a couple of fouls. Alex Beasley, a nice three-point play for his 3 points. And Cade Walsh 0 for 2 from the field on a couple of 3 tries, picked up a foul, has a couple of rebounds. 9 and 16 for St. Anthony's, 25 points. Bulldogs in front 25-11 over South Central. Again, earlier today in the 7th place game, Windsor's Two Straws defeated Neoga 47-33. In the consolation championship, St. Elmo Brownstown came from way back to beat Beecher City Cowden Herrick 74-65. Coming up tonight at 7:30, the championship of the 81st Annual National Trail Conference Tournament, as the Dietrich Moving Maroons will take on the top-seeded Altamont Indians. It should be a happening place here tonight. Back with more at the half at the NTC on 97.9 XFM.
Dennis and I appreciate our employees who work diligently to serve Nemurg's customers. At Nemurg's annual Christmas party, we honored Kelly Mayhouse and Beth Flynn for 10 years of service. Nemurg's honored Pete Faber and Brian Custer for 25 years of service. As an extra incentive, Nemurg's gave our customers red envelopes with discounts to be opened here at Nemurg's before February 12th. Bring in those red envelopes and Christmas gift cards and enjoy pleasant dining and discounts at Nemurg's Steakhouse.
Sarah Lincoln is providing greater access to care with 5 new family medicine doctors in the community and 2 walk-in clinics in Mattoon and Charleston to take care of your urgent medical needs when your doctor is not available.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
Back at Altamont at halftime, it's 25-11 St. Anthony in the 3rd place game of the NTC. Again, the championship game coming up at 7:30. We haven't talked, but there is more basketball even after the NTC tournament.
That's right.
We'll be back at it Monday night at the Enloe Center. Sandoval at St. Anthony, significant because that's senior night for Bart Weedman's crew. Holy cow, senior night. So we'll have that for you Monday night on KJ Country at 102.3. Tuesday night we get to go to Newton, see Doug Mimoser and the crew. Effingham's at Newton for boys action. Friday night, yeah, where else would we be but at the Enloe Center? It's Teutopolis at St. Anthony. And I want to mention, besides it being Teutopolis at St. Anthony, they're having a pink-out game tonight, that night, to battle cancer. So a lot of reasons to be at the Enloe Center Friday night. So that's our schedule for this coming week. Monday, Tuesday, Friday. I know it sounds like we're slackers. Just three nights of basketball. But we'll try to do better.
I guarantee you we'll pick things back up here before the season's over.
You bet.
Well, the Cougars will have the ball. They trail by 14, 25-11. As they're trying to get it inbound in the backcourt. Finally, Harmeyer is able to pop open.
I'll tell you more about that pink-out game on the sports shows the rest of the week. Millie already has a story on the website about that.
Harmeyer looks inside for Hill, has it knocked away, but that's because he was fouled on his way up as he split the defense with a nice spin move. I think Walsh is going to be called for the foul, but we'll make sure.
Repking says it's on Walsh. He's picked up a couple. First on anybody in the half, of course, since we just started the half.
Free throw up and good for Dre Hill, and I wasn't surprised at all to see South Central try to get him a little more involved early in the second half.
Yep, just 3 shots in the first half.
That free throw hits the back iron, no good, and Cavas claims another rebound for the Bulldogs. Outlet to Gibson, ahead to Walsh, who trots it up to Martelli on the right side. Wanted to go inside to Grunlow, but good defense and a knock away and still by Dre Hill.
And he was behind and still didn't foul, still got the steal. That was nice work by Hill.
Harmeyer takes it over to the right side, guarded by Martelli. Bounces it out top. That's Caleb Harpster with it. Harpster picks up his dribble, now needs help, shuffles it to Harmeyer. He's out on the wing on the right side, backs it out to the center circle. Now he'll drive the left side. Martelli right there with him. Harmeyer lost it for a second, got it back, put it up and in, and he's fouled.
That was a heck of an effort. Martelli never quit on defense. Harmeyer kept on coming. He got the shot down. That was nice. That was nice.
So he has
on Martelli.
He has a chance to pull the Cougars back within 10.
Martelli's second foul.
Free throw off the heel of the rim. Just looked like Dre Hill's other shot. This rebound taken down by Grunlow. So it's 25-14 with 7:05 to play in the third as St. Anthony's working it around the perimeter. They get it to Cavas inside to a posting Grunlow. Double team, bustles up a shot anyway. It's no good. Rebound Hill. Dre looking to bring it up toward himself. now slows down as St. Anthony got back defensively. Crosses over at the timeline, works his way into the lane. Runner left it short. Rebound Cabas. Outlet to Walsh.
Boy, Hill went down hard on that end.
Walsh left it for Gibson. 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound is loose. Harpster falling down, throws it ahead to Hill, who drives for the layup, and he got it. That was a heck of a pass from Caleb Harpster to get it to head to Hill, who laid it up and in. 25-16 with 6:20 to play in the third quarter.
So there's a 5-0 run for South Central to start the quarter.
Walsh sends it over to Gibson. Gibson directs some traffic. They swing it out to Martelli. Martelli left wing. Goes to Grunlow. Top of the key 3 off the side of the rim, no good. John Arnold grabs the rebound. He took that one away from Harpster. They're teammates, so I guess Harpster's all right with it. Yeah, they go to Markley. Baseline now to Arnold. Arnold holding out high, finds Markley cutting to the lane, and he's fouled.
Boy, this is a concerted effort by South Central to take it to the hole. I think somebody said something about that in the first half, that that'd be a good idea, and they seem to agree.
Rick Simmons sitting on the bench over there looks content, so he must be pleased with what the Cougars are doing. As the first free throw is up and off the mark, no good for Markley.
Unless they're not going to make any foul shots, then he won't be content.
Sure would like to see a few more of those go down for the Cougars. That one does. Markley with 4 makes it 25-17. So now it's a 6-0 run to start the quarter. Here's Walsh around the screen all the way to the basket, lays it up and in.
Wow, nobody came over. Cade says, here I come.
So he gets his first 2 of the ball game, pushes the lead back up to 10, 27-17.
That was big for St. Anthony to score that trip.
Harmeyer into the lane, lost the handle as he was trying to pass it to Hill. Hill came to pick up the loose ball, and as he went down the baseline, a blocking foul's whistled.
1-1, Cabas got it. I don't know for sure who that was on. Cabas is third. First player for either team, I'm sorry, Matt, to get to 3 fouls.
Hartke comes in to replace him. Here's Harmeyer working the inbounds to Trevor Markley. Back in the corner, Harmeyer 3, got it. You thought South Central was going to give up on this game. You're wrong. They're back within 7. It's 27-10.
Here they come. Another big trip for St. Anthony here.
Hartke works it out top to Grunlow. Grunlow puts it on the floor. Hill's right there with him, to say the least. He gets it back out top to Walsh, does Grunlow. Over to Martelli. Martelli on the right wing to Grunlow, top of the key.
Look at Harmeyer and Gibson go at it underneath.
Grunlow, tough turnaround shot in the lane, and he got it to go. Nick Grunlow with 11 pushes the lead back to 9, 29-20.
So both these last times that South Central scored, Bulldogs have come back to answer, back to 9.
Now they get a knock away as Harmeyer went in the lane. It got knocked loose, and Grunlow picks it up. To Walsh, to Martelli driving into the lane, and he ran into Harmeyer, and Harmeyer wasn't quite set, so he's called for the block.
Harmeyer's first foul. That's the first in the half. Well, they've got 2 on Harmeyer up the board. Sorry, I haven't done a good job on fouls. So that's the first foul, though, on them in the half.
Boy, Rick Simmons was calling for a timeout for a long time, and nobody saw him or heard him. Meanwhile, St. Anthony got the ball inbounded. They work at the Hartke for 3. Shot no good. Rebound loose, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Harmeyer as they were all scrambling for it towards the sideline.
And I'm just saying Mr. Milchman was ready had that ball come up. He's got that black chair seat working well. Somebody tell him that I was talking about him, okay?
St. Anthony works the inbounds from the sideline. They get it to Walsh, to Gibson.
I think he's been here every year that it's been at Altamont. That's 60 years now.
Gibson made a move to the hoop. He hit the deck hard as he got tangled up with Arnold, and Gibson earns 2 free throws here.
Check on that lower back, which is delightful, whether you're 17 or whether you're older. Timeout.
Now Rick Simmons gets the full timeout with 4:16 to play in the third quarter. St. Anthony will be at the line when we come back. They lead South Central 29-20. You're listening to high school basketball on 97.9 XFM.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament. Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities available from production office to the manufacturing floor.
Wet Pools and Spas in Effingham, where you'll find top-of-the-line spas and above and in-ground pools at affordable prices.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more.
Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities available from production office.
29-20, the third quarter score with 4:16 showing on the clock here at Altamont. But St. Anthony's at the free throw line for 2 free throws from Drew Gibson as they try to add to their 9-point advantage.
Gibson was a big help in the first half, had 10 that first half for St. Anthony.
And the free throw is good, so give him 11. He and Grunlow with 11 apiece. Harmeyer in double figures for South Central with 10. Free throw is up and good. So Gibson with 12. Makes it 31-20, and now a full court press again from St. Anthony. Harmeyer bounces it to Hill. Hill fires it ahead to Markley. Now in the middle they go to Matheny, who checked in for Arnold at the timeout.
Yeah, that was Arnold's third foul. That's what I forgot to mention. That right before the timeout, Arnold was called for his third foul for South Central.
Trey Hill takes it down to the right corner. Fires a pass out top. Harpster tracks it down, or flags it down, rather. Now he's picked up his dribble. Needs help. Finds Matheny top of the key. Goes over on the side to Markley.
Nice catch.
These are baseball players. You can tell South Central's got a good baseball program. Now Markley drives the baseline, flips the shot up. It's no good. Rebounds out of bounds. It's last touch by Gibson, I guess. And Matheny and Gibson got tied up, and his ball just all of a sudden went flying out of bounds. So the Cougars will look to inbound. Harmeyer's trying to find somebody. Finally, Hill gets loose in the corner. He goes the left baseline, and he stepped on that baseline.
Good defense by Hartke. Kyle never gave an inch, and Dre eventually lost it out of bounds. Cougars' second turnover this quarter.
So with 3:33 to play in the third, St. Anthony looks to add to their 11-point lead. Walsh across the timeline. Leaves it with Martelli. Martelli to the free throw line. Back to Walsh. Corner three. Got it. Kid Walsh with 5. And it's back to a 14-point edge, 34-20.
That was big, wasn't it?
Harmeyer to Markley.
That matched the biggest lead they've had?
Nope, they were up 16.
Thank you.
One time in the first half. But now they'll have a chance to match it as they get a steal. Pass was right at the feet of Harmeyer, and Martelli was there to pick up the loose ball. He gets it up court. Out the Grunlow to Walsh. Walsh looks underneath. Martelli's wide open. Shot off the glass is good.
Martelli's first bucket of the day.
He has 3, and it's back to that 16-point lead after South Central had cut it down to 7. St. Anthony has pushed it back up to 16. Pass is tipped in backcourt off of Hartke. Martelli might have got a finger on it, but he couldn't control it, and it goes out of bounds. But good defensive pressure as the Cougars will have to inbounds in backcourt.
Lutz comes back in for the Cougars. Harpster sat down.
So with 2:35 to play in the third quarter, getting it across the timeline will be Harmeyer. He takes it to the right side. Now spins back, brings it to the top of the key, leaves it with Dre Hill. Hill works to the left wing where he goes to Logan Lutz, who drives the lane. Nice pass underneath. Shot up for Markley is good.
Well, there was a pretty bounce pass, but nice work by Markley to angle that shot to get it through a double team.
Yeah, he had the defense flying all around him.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Walsh with it. Gets a screen, stops and pops for a long 2. It's no good. Rebound Arnold. Or I'm sorry, that's Dre Hill. Arnold's on the bench. Meanwhile, the pass was batted down by Gibson off the foot of Markley, and then it goes out of bounds along the sideline. So another Cougar turnover, their 4th this quarter. Gibson and Walsh sit down. Let's see, Cabas back. And Beasley. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Cabas brings it up court. Gets it to Hartke. Hartke around a little screen. Long 2. Good. Nothing but net for Kyle Hartke. He has his first 2 points, making it 38-22.
Well, this has been a healthy quarter for the Bulldogs. They've missed just 4 shots, so they are 5 out of 9 so far.
Cougars beat the press, but St. Anthony back defensively to shut them down, so the Harmeyer and the gang have to slow things down and set it up.
One of those 5 for St. Anthony was a 3, and they're 2 for 2 from the line. So doing a lot of right.
Harmeyer to Markley. Markley driving through the lane. He is bumped, and a whistle against the Bulldogs.
Beasley, I think, is going to get this foul. He's surprised, but he got it nonetheless. Alex picks up his first 5 on St. Anthony this half.
So the Cougars looking to get it inbounds. Harmeyer looking, finally finds Markley in the corner. He's on the left side, brings it to the elbow of the free throw lane. Gets it out top to Harmeyer. It goes inside to Hill. Post up. Shot off the glass is good.
That's a good, strong move. South Central shooting the ball okay, Matt, but again, turnovers coming back to be a problem.
Dre Hill with 7. It's 38-24, a 14-point lead for St. Anthony. They get it baseline to Grunlow. Jumper short off the side of the rim. No good from the baseline. Rebound, Matheny. Good, strong rebound by the youngster. He got it to Harmeyer, and Harmeyer's trying to set up a play from the left side. He wants Logan Lutz to come take it. He obliges. Freshman listens to the senior. Gives a pass all the way across. Somehow it made it to Markley.
Yeah, it's a long pass not to get snagged by the St. Anthony player.
Markley gets a screen from Hill, tries to go baseline, has it knocked away by Hartke. So it'll belong to the Cougars under their basket. Meanwhile, Jay Nieberg is going to come into the ball game to give Grunlow a breather with 35.6 seconds to play in the third.
If getting this break here and then the break on the quarter.
Inbounds goes along the baseline to Markley. Out to Lutz. 3 on the way. Got it.
Dang. He was way out there.
Logan Lutz with his first points in the tournament, but he's played a lot of good minutes for South Central.
This is easily their best quarter of the game. 16 points. They just had a tough time slowing down the Bulldogs.
38-27 with 13 seconds to play as St. Anthony's working for the last shot. Beasley gets it out top, hands it to Cavus, lobs it to Jay Nieberg on the baseline. They try to go out top. Eventually it does get to Hartke around a Martelli screen. Baseline to Nieberg. Puts up a shot as he's fouled on the floor. And we'll see. It is going to be 2 free throws.
Thought he had his back to the basket, but maybe not. Fouls on Lutz. His first. And 3 on the Cougars this half.
Free throw up for Nieberg. No good. Lutz says, look at me. Look at him. I couldn't have pushed him down.
It's a compelling point.
He didn't say anything. He just walked away. Free throw up and good this time for Nieberg. So he goes 1 for 2 at the line, hits the free throw, and brings 1 of 2 at the free throw line, bringing the third quarter to a close. It's St. Anthony 39, South Central 27. NTC action on 97.9 XFM.
Russ Broniker, Cadillac, Buick GMC, located on South Route 45 in Effingham. Proud supporters of local sports and this week's NTC tournament.
Job Match Personnel Services supports all the area sports and wishes them the best of luck.
Diedrich Bank would like to be the 6th man on your team at tournament time. They'll back you up with game-winning shots, and you'll be in the bonus time after time. Diedrich Bank, live for today.
Nieberg Furniture, located at 500 West Fayette Avenue in Effingham. Locally owned and operated since 1978 and proud sponsors of the NTC tournament.
Good luck to the coaches and players during the tourney. From Jeff Spear at RE/MAX Key Advantage. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. Jeff Spear at RE/MAX Key Advantage, 601 West Fayette in Effingham.
Thanks for watching the 81st Annual NTC Tournament exclusively on 97.9 XFM.
St. Anthony ball to start the fourth quarter. They lead by 12, 39-27 in the third-place game of the 81st Annual NTC. Walsh back into the ball game, gets it to Beasley. Beasley threw it, I guess, to Cavus. He's the one who ended up catching it. I think it might have been intended for Walsh, but it made it all the way to Cavus. Anyway, St. Anthony works the offense. They've got it with Hartke, who got a screen out top from Nieberg. Now he picks up the dribble, goes to Cavus. Cavus directs traffic, gets a screen, hands it off to Nieberg to Walsh. Walsh back to Jay Nieberg in the lane. Powers up for a shot. It's partially blocked from behind by Hill, but somehow Jay Nieberg got it back, and as he was trying to go up before the shot, a foul was called.
And the fouls. Ryan Matheny got that foul. That's his second. That's 4 now on the half on the Cougars.
Walsh triggers the inbounds in the corner to Cavus, inside to Jay Nieberg, who's pinned under the basket, but somehow got it safely to Walsh. and Cody Rinker didn't like the looks of things, so he called the timeout for St. Anthony. With 7:18 to play in the fourth quarter, it's St. Anthony 39, South Central 27. We'll be back in 60 seconds to the 81st Annual NTC Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. Stop in uniform after the games at the NTC Tournament for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
The area's #1 website for local news, sports, weather, and more, 979xfm.com.
A lot of buzzers. Hey, Wayne, how's it looking over there, buddy? Wayne's doing an awful lot. Kind of forget about him over there. He's doing a great job bringing all those pictures. Be sure to tell Wayne you appreciate it if you're watching the live video stream. He's doing great work.
St. Anthony's Cade Walsh works down to the baseline where he's double-teamed, hoists a pass out of there, corralled by Hartke on the opposite side of the gym.
How do you know he was there?
Hartke loads up for a three now after a little pass and screen. Rebound saved by Markley along the sideline. Tried to get it to a teammate, but is eventually picked up by St. Anthony's Walsh, who drives into the lane and got tripped up and held and all kinds of fouls inside.
Lutz got him. Just beating him up in there. Lutz's second foul. Not really. They both hit the deck, in fact, the way it turned out.
Matheny checks out. John Arnold back in for the Cougars. Inbounds goes to Niebrugge. Nice catch and shoot right under the basket.
That's how that's supposed to go.
Jay Niebrugge with three makes it 41-27, a 14-point advantage again for the Bulldogs. Barkley out top to Hill. Fakes the three. Finds Lutz on the wing. Back top to Harmeyer. Harmeyer inside to Hill. Post up. Shot off the glass. It's good.
Boy took it right at Cabas and got the shot down. Hill's got 7 in the second half.
Baseball pass up court to Niebrugge, who caught it at the timeline from Cabas, who triggered it in. Now they handed it to Beasley. Beasley says, I'm not a guard. And he gets it to Hartke, who is, and Hartke's fouled.
Harmeyer got him. Brett Harmeyer's third foul.
Beasley and Niebrugge sit down. Grunlow returns. Kyle Hartke returns for St. Anthony. Actually, that's not true. Gibson returns.
There you go. Yeah, Hartke just got fouled. So
yeah, he was out there to be fouled.
That's right.
Grunlow in the right corner. Gets it to Hartke. Lobs it inside to a posting Cabot. Double team. Ball knocked loose. Markley had it. Cabot took it right back. Drives in for the layup. Got it, and he's fouled.
Each team with a turnover, but a heck of an effort by James Cabot. He never quit on the play, man. He could have whined it. Oh, my fuck bigger. He went right back, got the ball back, got a basket out of the deal. That's a nice play.
9 times out of 10, when a kid commits a turnover, they come back and commit a foul. But he stole it back cleanly.
Fouls on Lutz. It's his third now.
Cabas hits the free throw. Give him 5 in the ball game. Makes it 44-29. Up to a 15-point edge.
5-2 lead for the Bulldogs out of the gate here in the final quarter.
Markley had a little trouble with the catch along the side, but controls now. Takes it down to the right corner. Picked up his dribble. Found Hill inside posting up, who fakes a pass. Got it back out to Markley for 3. Shot around and out. Rebound, Grunlow. He was messing with Arnold for the board, and Grunlow finally secured it. Now they fire a pass up ahead to Hartke. Oh, his layup no good, but he got his own rebound. Puts that one up. It's blocked by Arnold, but Arnold got him on the arm. So Hartke goes to the line for a couple.
Arnold's back and picks up his 4th foul. Shooting foul there, no doubt.
So with 5:22 to play in the 4th. Hartke at the line. Puts the charity shot up, and it's good.
Markley comes back, or Matheny comes back for South Central. Arnold with the 4th foul sits back down. Then I mentioned third quarter stats at South Central was 6 of 8 from the field, and St. Anthony 5 of 10. Both teams shot the ball really well.
Harkey's free throw's no good, but it's back tapped out to him, and he grabs it.
Well, Grunlow went way up and got it out there to Harkey. So St. Anthony retains possession.
Gibson drives into the lane. Ball is stripped by Hill, and it's picked up by Matheny. He flips it back to Lutz as St. Anthony turns it over for the second time this quarter. Lutz takes it down to the left corner, looks inside for Hill. Hill turns around in the lane, shot no good, but apparently he was hit on the arm.
Cabas was in the neighborhood. Let's see who it's on, though. Yep. James's 4th foul. And that's 6 on St. Anthony.
So Dre Hill will look to get into double figures at the free throw line, and he does. Connecting on the first of 2. He has 10. Martelli and Beasley in. Gibson and Cabas out.
Cabas with that 4th foul. Arnold sitting on 4 for South Central.
Couple dribbles from Hill. Now the free throw is up, and that's good. So Dre Hill has 11. He leads South Central, but the problem is they trail 45-31.
It's been even Steven for so long. You know, it's been about a 13, 14, 12-point game for, gosh, since the early part of the second quarter?
South Central cut it down to 7 early in the third.
Yeah, good point.
Now here's a shot forced up by Harkey at the free throw line. No good. Hill with the rebound. He brings it up court himself. Takes it all the way down to the left corner where he leaves it with Matheny. Now to Lutz. Lutz circles it back out top. Oh, tripped. Tried to dribble it behind his back, and he kind of stepped on the ball. Lost it. It's picked up by Walsh, who gets it ahead to St. Anthony, and they call a foul underneath.
Harmeyer gets called for his 4th.
All right, 1-and-1 on the way for Chandler Martelli. (45-31), a 14-point lead. Martelli's free throw is up and good. So Chandler with 4, pushes the lead back to 15. Martelli's next one is up and good, so that pushes the lead for St. Anthony to 16, matching the lead they had in the second quarter.
8-4 edge for the Bulldogs here in the 4th period.
South Central's Harmeyer takes it to the left side. Lost it on the way up. Hill saves it, though, bouncing it off of a Bulldog under the bucket, so it'll stay with South Central.
Yeah, that was the only way to save that possession.
So Harmeyer's looking to trigger it in to Markley. Markley back to Harmeyer, right side. Drives, stops, pops, jumper on the baseline, little strong. Rebound, Beasley finally claims it. Hands it off to Walsh. Walsh to the timeline, stripped by Lutz. He's taking it the other way. Drives in for the layup, and he got it. Logan Lutz connects. He has 5, taking advantage of the 3rd Bulldog turnover this quarter. Makes it 47-33. Walsh in backcourt. Dealing with Lutz. Now Walsh has to pick up his dribble. He got it to Beasley at the timeline. And speaking of time, timeout taken by St. Anthony and Cody Rinker. 30-second timeout with 3:35 to play in the 4th quarter. It's St. Anthony 47, South Central 33 in the 3rd place game of the 81st annual NTC tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. Stop in uniform after the games at the NTC tournament for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
3:35 to play in the 4th quarter. St. Anthony with the 47-33 lead. They're poised to claim the 3rd place title of the NTC tournament, but you never know.
Speaking of 47-33, that was the first game final today. Windsor's 2 Straws beat Neoga in the 7th place game. And then shortly ago in the Consolation Championship game, St. Elmo Brownstown beat Beecher City Cotton 74-65.
Walsh took the inbounds, had some trouble with it, tried to throw it off of Markley on the sideline, but it stayed in mind where Markley grabbed it, and they got a bucket out of the deal. 47-35 as St. Anthony brings it up court. Hartke in the corner, double teamed out to Martelli. Spins into the lane. As he does, he's hooked on the floor, but it doesn't matter. It'll be 2 fouls either way.
I think Markley got him. Let's see. Yes, I got that one right. Trevor Markley's third foul. And Martelli heading to the line.
Martelli puts the charity shot up. It's no good. So it's a 12-point game with 3:12 to play in the fourth quarter. Gibson and Cabas back. Beasley and Hartke out.
What a good 7 or 8 that Cody's been playing this afternoon.
Martelli takes a few dribbles, puts this one up. It's good. So Chandler has 6, makes it 48-35, a 13-point lead with 3:11.
5 of those 6 in the second half.
South Central brings it up the left side. Harmeyer has it. Gets it out top to Lutz. They skip it over to Markley. Markley drives inside. Shot is blocked. Grunlow comes down with it.
Boy, blocked it and took it out of the air. Man.
Now he's double teamed right under the Cougar basket, and a foul is whistled. So we'll walk down to St. Anthony's end for some free throws.
And it's on Markley again. Yeah, there's his 4th. He just got his 3rd last trip. So it's double bonus for St. Anthony.
So free throws on the way for Grunlow. It's up, and it's good. So Nick has 12. Makes it 49-35.
Got it going for the Bulldogs in the first half. Had 9 of those 12.
This one's up, and it's good. Give him 13. 38 tournament points as he makes it 50-35, back to a 15-point margin. Lutz handling, gets it up to Markley on the right wing. Markley looking inside for Hill. Hill posting up, swings into the lane. Shot is up, no good, but he's fouled, and Dre Hill will head to the line for a couple more.
Says I got my shot at the line. I think he thought that shot was going to go in, though. And that's 5 on Cabas. So James fouls out here with 2:40 left.
So the coaches talk it over for St. Anthony as far as who they want to send into the ball game. And it'll be Kyle Hartke coming in to replace Cabas.
James was 2 for 2 from the field, 1 for 1 from the line, and he had 7 rebounds to go with those 5 points.
So Dravante Hill goes to the line for a couple here with 2:40 to play. First one's up and good.
He has 7 in the quarter.
12 in the ball game. Maybe 14. Yeah, 14. That one's up, and it's no good. Rebound taken down by Grunlow. Gets it ahead to Martelli. Martelli double teamed at the timeline, and he's knocked to the floor, and there's a foul.
Oh, the humanity. Dre Hill, I think, got that one.
He was coming up the court and just couldn't stop his momentum before he kind of smashed into Chandler.
Hill's 3rd. Harmeyer has 4. Hill has 3. Markley has 4. Arnold has 4. Lutz has 3.
Free throw for Martelli is good. Chandler says, hey, Dre, that's all right. I'll go get some more points at the free throw line.
And he did.
He hit the first of 2. 7 in the game. Now that one hit the rim, bounced around, and dropped through for his 8th point, making it 52-36. Back to the 16-point lead. Here's the Cougars working it out top. Pass hit off of Harmeyer. Then it was knocked away. Last touch by South Central. It'll belong to the Bulldogs along the sideline. 3rd Cougar turnover of the fourth quarter. Inbounds goes into backcourt where Walsh tracked it down. Lutz is right there with it. Oh, these two are going to be fun over the next couple of years. Walsh does get away from Lutz, pushes it up to Hartke. Now back out to Gibson. Gibson would normally take that 3, but with his team up 16, no need now with 2 minutes to play.
You bet. Kill some clock.
He's dribbling it out on the perimeter, and eventually he is fouled, so Gibson will go to the free throw line for a couple. Where, not having the numbers in front of me, I'd say he's one of the best St. Anthony free throw shooters on the season.
Dre Hill's 4th foul. So 4 kids with 4 fouls for the Cougars. And I'd say, yes, I agree with you.
Free throw for Gibson, nothing but net. So he made me look good. He has 13, making it 53-36. That's the new largest lead of the ball game for St. Anthony. Gibson puts this one up, and it's nothing but net. So give him 14 in the ball game. It's an 18-point advantage for St. Anthony as the Cougars bring it up court. 2 minutes to play in this third-place contest. Harmeyer loads up for three. It's blocked by Martelli, but right into the hands of Hill, who puts it up and in. So he has 16, and it's 54-38. Gibson dribbling, had it stripped, and a foul's called on Harmeyer. Nope, it's not Harmeyer.
It's on Hill, and that's even worse. Well, it's 6-1, half a dozen of others. They've both had 4 fouls. So Dre Hill just fouled out. He's had a great second half. That's tough for South Central.
I show him finishing with 16 in the ball game. He heads out, and coming back in is Caleb Harpster. So Gibson will get a couple more free throws.
Yeah, Hill only had 2 points in the first half. He's had a monster second half.
Gibson has his 16th point in the contest, making it 55-38. Next one up, it's good. So Gibson with 17 pushes the lead up to 18, 56-38. Here's a three on the way from Lutz, no good. Rebound, Markley. He's out on the right side where he grabbed the board. Got it to Harmeyer, who's fouled on the three-point attempt. And Harmeyer will go to the line for 3 free throws with 1:34 to play in the fourth quarter. And I think the question St. Anthony's coaching staff is asking why. Why are we fouling a three-point shooter?
It did come to mind.
Harmeyer's free throw is good. He has 11. Next one is up. It's good. Give him 12. And now, substitution for the Cougars. Ian Fox is going to check in if Harmeyer can hit this third free throw. It's on the way, and it's good. So Brett Harmeyer's afternoon has probably come to a close with 1:34 to play in the fourth quarter, but not before we have a timeout taken. With 1:34 to play in the fourth, it's St. Anthony 56, South Central 41. NTC action on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
The area's #1 website for local news, sports, weather, and more, 979xfm.com.
1:34 to play in the fourth quarter. Quick little 30-second timeout taken by the Bulldogs to kind of set how they want to play this final minute and a half plus with 56-41 lead. Martelli's looking to trigger the inbounds against full court press from the Cougars. Walsh comes to get it, brings it up court. Now leaves it with Martelli to cross the timeline on the right side. Goes back out to Walsh. Walsh, hassled by Lutz, gets it over to Grunlow. Now to Martelli, who steps to the baseline, leaves it in the lane with Hartke. Ball knocked away once, ball knocked away twice, but now we've got a foul called, and Hartke will go to the free throw line.
I think Lutz grabbed his hand when he was going up. That's what I saw. So I don't think he can do that usually. Lutz is fourth.
Free throw on the way. Good. So Hartke connects for his fourth point. And he hits the second one as well. So give Hartke 5. Makes it 58-41. Here comes Lutz. Crosses the timeline into the lane. Little floater. Got it to go. Logan Lutz with 7. Makes it 58-43.
One little guy, but he plays big.
Yes, he does.
Takes right on in there against the big boys.
Ain't afraid and plays with a big heart.
There you go.
Gibson hands it off to Walsh. Back to Gibson.
Gibson says, chill. It's all right. Let's kill some clock here.
Got it on the side to Hartke to Martelli. Martelli out to Grunlow. 40 seconds to play. They work it back to Martelli. Back to Grunlow. Grunlow along the side, leaves it with Walsh. And with 30 seconds, we've got a timeout, but I think it's just to allow substitutions. So I would guess that this is not actually going to be a full timeout. with 29.6 seconds left, although Cody Rinker's got them gathered around.
Got the clipboard out.
Yeah, but I think we'll just keep it right here. 58-43 the score. St. Anthony's going to claim the third-place title. But the Cougars fought hard in this ball game, never gave up on it. They kept battling back, cut it down to 7 at one point in time. But St. Anthony pushed the lead back out to 18, and now they're enjoying a 15-point margin with 29.6 seconds to play.
This is one of the rare games where the third quarter was not really a big factor. Well, that's been pretty consistent throughout the tournament, that third quarters have helped decide games. And first half was big for St. Anthony today. Had that 9-0 lead, and that was it. They never have been headed.
So South Central comes out of their huddle. St. Anthony does the same. See if we can catch who's all in the ball game. Beasley's out there. Looks like that would be big news if Jeff Niebrugge was back. Jay Niebrugge's on the court. Inbounds goes to Jay right at the timeline. He hands it off to Alex Daters. Daters is double teamed, and he's fouled by Harpster with 24.9 showing on the clock.
That is Harpster's first foul. First. How'd that happen? First foul.
Wyatt Lawrence is in the ball game, and Ty Tinkler, I believe, is underneath there as well.
The Altamont Municipal Electric Company will see a serious dent in the bill from the fouls that have been called in this game.
Meanwhile, Alex Daters hits the free throw. He has a point now, makes it 59-43. Next one's up. It rattles home as well. So Daters with 2, pushes the lead back to 17, 60-43, 22 seconds and counting. Lutz loads up for a 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound grabbed out of there by Ty Kinkler. He hands it off to Daters. Daters slips it ahead to Beasley, who crosses the timeline. St. Anthony's just going to work the ball around the perimeter here and hold it.
Rick Simmons yells no foul.
And Beasley comes to get it. And that'll do. Final score, St. Anthony 60, South Central 43, as the St. Anthony Bulldogs claim the National Trail Conference third-place trophy at the 81st Annual NTC Tournament. We'll come back with some post-game stats. We'll chat with Coach Rick Simmons and Coach Cody Rinker and get you set for tonight. It'll be Altamont and Dietrich in the championship game of this 81st Annual NTC Tournament. And you can hear the coverage right here on 97.9 XFM.
Sarah Bush Lincoln is providing greater access to care with 5 new family medicine doctors in the community and 2 walk-in clinics in Mattoon and Charleston to take care of your urgent medical needs when your doctor's not available.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dietrich can help. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
This is the Farm Credit Illinois postgame show. Farm Credit Illinois, assisting farmers for over 90 years.
The St. Anthony seniors are at center court, and they accept the third-place plaque, that is, and display it to the crowd here at Altamont High School as the Bulldogs take home the third-place honors. South Central finishes 4th in the 81st Annual NTC Tournament. Final score was St. Anthony 60, South Central 43. St. Anthony had quarters of 9, 16, 14, and 21 with a total of 60. South Central had quarters of 4, 7, 16, and 16 for their total of 43. Taking a look at the scoring for the St. Anthony Bulldogs. They were led tonight by Drew Gibson. He finished with 17. Nick Grunlow also in double figures with 13 tonight. Chandler Martelli chipped in with 8. 5 points for James Cabas, 5 points for Kyle Hartke, 5 points for Alex Beasley, and 5 points for Cade Walsh. 3 points for Jay Nieberge, and 2 points for Alex Daters. Ty Kinkler and Wyatt Lawrence also saw the floor for the Bulldogs, who improved to 14-9 on the season. The South Central Cougars fall to 8-14 as they were led tonight by Drevonte Hill. Dre had 16. Brett Harmeyer also added 13 tonight. It was 6 points for Trevor Markley, 7 for Logan Lutz, and Ryan Matheny hit a free throw to round out the scoring for the Cougars. John Arnold, Caleb Harpster, also Ian Fox played for Coach Rick Simmons and the South Central Cougars. So that's a look at the individual scoring. Remember, tonight, championship game set to get underway at 7:30 as the doors will open at 6:45. There are still some tickets available for that championship contest between Altamont and Dietrich. Should be a great atmosphere for a great championship game, as now they work on clearing the gymnasium to get things ready for the championship game coming your way, well, in just about 3 hours from now.
As Charlie told them, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
So we're going to take a quick little break, come back with some post-game numbers from Greg, and then see if we can track down the coaches as we wrap up the third-place game and 3 in a row here at the 81st Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Sarah Bush Lincoln is providing greater access to care with 5 new family medicine doctors in the community and 2 walk-in clinics in Mattoon and Charleston to take care of your urgent medical needs when your doctor's not available.
Your home for the 81st Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament. Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities available from production office to the manufacturing floor.
Welcome back to the 81st Annual National Trail Conference Tournament, where in the third-place game it was St. Anthony over South Central 60-43. In the consolation game, it was St. Elmo Brownstown defeating Beecher City Cowden Herrick 74-65. And in the seventh-place game, it was Windsor Stu Straws defeating Neoga 47-33. Looks like Mr. Sapp is ready for some post-game stats, so we'll send it his way.
Thanks, Matt. Final score again, St. Anthony 60, South Central 43. And there are always lots of keys to a win, but St. Anthony was outstanding at the foul line this afternoon. Once they got the lead, they weren't going to let it go because they were killer at the line. St. Anthony went to the line 19 times in the fourth quarter, made 17 of them. 17-19. That'll win you a lot of ball games, keeping a lead with an effort at the line like that. 20 of 23 in the second half. 25 of 30 for the game. That is some special foul shooting. That's just one thing of many that we'll talk about. Cody Rinker's on his way here now for the postgame visit, so I'm going to saddle him up, and Matthew's going to visit with him, and then I'll have more stats. Seem to be flirting with a kid there. I don't know. Looks like his son, though. I think it's okay.
That's always good to say hi to the little ones after the ball game. As Cody makes his way up to the booth, be a pleasure to speak with him.
Yeah, and I'll let you. Here you go.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Your team got going early and kind of maintained that double-digit lead for the most part through the rest of the game.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, we did. I was glad to see that. Our boys bounced back. I think I said last night on the radio that, I expected nothing else from this group. With the senior leadership we have, they came in prepared, ready to go, ready to bounce back from what happened last night, and very proud of their effort again. I thought they did a good job, like you said, of coming out, getting out to an early lead, and then maintaining that through. But that's a tough South Central ball club. We got to see them now here again in 2 weeks when we go down to their place this year. So, they'll be ready for us there again. They have a couple good ball players, and they played really hard.
It's fun when you can get a lot of people involved, and that's really a hallmark for St. Anthony this year. And 11 of your kids scored today in this game.
Pretty nice. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I didn't realize all 11 of them scored there. But it was really good to see the guys get in there, get some different looks with different lineups and everything. It's getting nice at this point of year. We have our rotations. We know exactly where people are going to fit. So we're starting to here with Jeff being out for so long, that when they go in, they know their spots, they know what their expectations are, and they can go in there and do them.
My mistake. I meant 9 of your 11 kids
scored.
So that's why it caught you by surprise, because you were right. But nonetheless, a big effort today from a lot of kids. Yep. But offensively, you look at Drew Gibson and Nick Grunlow really battling hard to get you some points.
Nick, again, had another great ball game, another solid rebound of the ball, shot the ball well for us. And, you know, it's just a good, solid player that we can rely on every night. Drew's kind of been in a little funk here recently. Just kind of going through some of those junior learning curves here at this point of the year. It's a long season. He played a lot of minutes this year. And it's nice to see him come out and keep the game simple in that first half. Didn't try to overdo things. Didn't try to force it when it wasn't there most of the time. And when he does that, keeps the game simple. He shot 4 for 6, which is being very efficient, which is what we need. So that was great to see from him. And he was able to hit his free throws down the stretch, and both of them carried us there.
You know, guys like James Cabas can be easy to miss when you just look at a box score, what he really provides for the team, and he's not the only one.
Right. No, James does a tremendous job. I don't know how many rebounds, how many loose balls. James is he's always in the middle of it. He's always finding a way to get there, and you know what? That rubs off onto everybody else, because then you see Cade. When Cade's in there now, he's around it. Kyle's around it. Chandler's. I mean, everybody just starting to have a little bit of a nose for the basketball whenever it's loose there, and it all starts with James and those guys' hustle.
Hustle is a key part, and your club gets after it on the defensive end, and a lot of times that turns into some easier offense.
Yeah, we really started doing a good job of that as well. I agree. Years previous here, the last 2 years, I feel like we played good defense, but we wouldn't always get the 2 points out of it, or at least a free throw attempt. And I think we're really kind of starting to see that we can turn defense into offense, and it keeps us from having those scary quarters like we had last night in the second. You know, you're able to get 6 or 8 or maybe even 10 buckets because of those transition turnover points, and you know, it makes a big difference.
Speaking of turnover points, your club didn't turn over the ball very much today, and that's always a key, keeping the ball for your possessions and limiting the other team's easier buckets as well.
I think that was a huge part in the first half why we were able to keep them to their 11 was we weren't turning the ball over and giving them extra possessions. And then we came down on our end, we just executed. We ran our stuff. We were ready to go, and then in the second half, you know, just like I expected, Coach Simmons had those guys fired up and ready to go, and they made a run at us just like we expected, and they played hard all the way through to the final buzzer. So hats off to them, but I thought we did a good job of handling that pressure when we had the chance.
Really, when you look back at the NTC week for St. Anthony in particular, in my opinion, to look at it, you played 3 quality teams. You come out of here with 2 good wins, and maybe use that as a stepping stone for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. You kind of I break the year down into 4 chapters. I start with preseason, our turkey tournament, then you go through the Vandalia tournament, and we've just kind of been treading water, and even coming into here, we've been up and down a little bit, injury, sickness. I think this week we kind of maybe found some things out, threw Walsh into the lineup there today and just seemed to make us, I don't know, just a little bit sharper. I don't know what, for whatever reason, but it made us sharper, still able to bring Kyle off the bench and fulfill that role that we need there. I don't know. We'll see what happens down the stretch, but I like what I saw here by the end of the week. Even last night, executing the game plan, just not finishing our shots. If we can continue to grow, continue to have this progress in a month, whenever everybody starts back at 0-0, I think we ought to have a little fun.
And that's when your team really needs to be needs to be peaking, is at the end of the season.
Exactly. So, you know, every year you play every game basically to work towards that goal. And like I said, had a good week. Unfortunately, it didn't end in the championship like we'd always like to have, but we at least got to win for a trophy instead of just get handed one. So it was nice to see that. And I think we keep progressing. We'll be there in the end.
Well, Coach, congratulations to you and your Bulldogs on the win, your 14th of the season. Yep. And like you say, got the 3rd place plaque.
That's right. Thank you.
Coach Cody Rinker, nice enough to come up after the ball game. We always enjoy chatting with the coaches, as he will head his Bulldogs into the rest of the campaign here, basically for another month of high school basketball and into postseason. So we'll see how far the Bulldogs can make it down the postseason trail. Meanwhile, Coach Rick Simmons is working his way to the booth, but looks like he's going to have a chat for a little bit, so that'll let Greg do some stats, maybe.
I can. South Central, 15 of 35 today, 43%, 11 of 19 in the second half. That's good shooting. 10 of 16 from the line for 63%, 14 turnovers, 17 rebounds, 3 for 10 on threes. St. Anthony, 44% from the field on 16 of 36 shooting. They were 25 of 30 from the line today. That's 83%, and they hit 17 of 19 in the fourth quarter. That's how you close out a game. Just 8 turnovers today, 23 rebounds, and they were 3 of 12 on 3. So Rick's here for the postgame visit. I don't want to make him wait. So we'll visit with the Cougar coach, Matt.
All right, thank you very much, Greg, and thank you, Rick Simmons, for coming up after the ball game. A tough ball game, no real way around it. Your team started off a little slow, but fought hard to try to get back into it. It was just one of those games where go on a run, but just could never quite get over the hump, it seemed.
Well, we gave up way too many points early, got ourselves down. We made a run. We got to 12-9 and then gave up 13 straight points. Part and due to the defensive end, gave them some putbacks and gave them the baseline a time or two, but a lot of it was we weren't doing anything on the offensive end, and you credit St. Anthony for their defense, but you also understand that we have some kids who just have to get it done, and they didn't quite find a way to do it. Regardless of the situation, we allowed them to get off the big lead, and you just can't do that.
A couple of players, though, stepped up for you in the second half that you kind of expect to step up. And Dre Hill and Brett Harmeyer, these are a couple of seniors that we've got to see play here at the NTC for quite some time.
Yeah, they've been through it. They've been through the wars, and they know what it takes. And they gave us a chance. We cut it down to, I don't remember if it was 11 or
got it to 7 at one point.
We get it 7 at one point. And, so we made a run at them, but at that point we just never really could get enough to get over the hump and never really sustained anything.
Valuable to have seniors like that be able to kind of lead by example and show some younger teammates what it takes to play at this level and what they have to look forward to. And you've got some quality youngsters as well.
We have a group of kids that, our young kids are going to be pretty good. We just, unfortunately, don't have anybody very tall. So, maybe we'll get them on the rack and stretch them out. I don't know what it's going to take, but they know the game, and their fundamentals are getting much better. It's going to be just a simple matter of, physical development and things of that nature. But, Dre and Brett, they senior year, they want to put everything, leave everything out there on the floor, and I think they did. I mean, slow start and everything. They showed their senior leadership by giving us, bringing us back a little bit and putting on a push there in the second half. It's what you expect, and you hope that you see that carried on throughout the rest of the season.
Coming into the NTC tournament, it doesn't seem to matter where you get seated, who you wind up playing. You're going to have, in this case, in this format, 3 quality games to play, and your club faced 3 quality opponents and played hard and really showed that they were a force to be reckoned with here this week.
Well, and we're playing 3 opponents that we very likely, in some way, can see in the regional.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a glimpse of each one of them, and it's the first time we played St. Anthony, and we played Altamont before, and of course we played St. Elmo before. But each one of those have a shot. Our seedings will be here in a couple weeks, but so we could see somebody again in the regional. That gives you the opportunity not only to have seen them, but have played against them, have your kids a little bit better prepared and understand what we're facing. So, regardless of win, lose, kind of like I said the other night, it's not so much about the win, lose. It's about let's see if we can get better and improve. The goal, we didn't win this tournament, but that big tournament's coming up, and if you get on a streak and you get on a roll and you have a break here and there and you win that thing, it doesn't matter what your record was. It doesn't matter how your year went. It'll make it all worthwhile.
It's really funny. As a broadcaster, you get to talk to coaches throughout the season, and you don't really hear anybody talk about regionals too much until NTC week and then towards the end of it. And that's when it really starts to come into focus because we're less than a month away now.
Yeah, we're getting awfully close, and this is, for us anyway, this is kind of a build-up. This is where if you're going to turn it around, now's the time to turn it around because you don't have many weeks left. This will be good for us simply for who we have the rest of the season and the things that we have learned and been able to do throughout this week. Definitely can be carried on. We'll look at, obviously the things we did wrong, but we're also going to look at several things that we did right and, push on the good things and try to push away the bad things.
Well, Coach, it's always a pleasure to watch your Cougars take the floor, and we enjoy chatting with you throughout the tournament as well.
I appreciate it. Appreciate your coverage.
Coach Rick Simmons, nice enough to spend some time with us after the ball game, the head coach of the South Central Cougars, who came up a little short this afternoon as they fell to St. Anthony in the third-place game by the final score of 60-43. And now, Greg, we'll turn it back to you for some more stats.
Thank you. Got through the team stats. Here are the numbers individually this afternoon. First for South Central, Brett Harmeyer went 4 for 10 from the field, including a 3. He was 4 for 6 from the line. Finished with 13 points and 3 rebounds. Dravante Hill, good day. He had 2 points at halftime, finished with 16, so he kind of turned it up a notch second half. Finished 6 of 9 from the field, 4 for 6 from the line, had 5 rebounds and 16 points, so he led the Cougars in scoring and boards today. Trevor Markley was 2 for 7 from the field, 1 for 2 from the line. One of the shots he made was a 3, so he finished with 6 points, had 2 rebounds. John Arnold, tough day today. He was in foul trouble all day long, and that was a big chink in the armor for the Cougars, as he has had a good tournament. John Arnold, though, today, 0 for 1 from the field with a rebound. Caleb Harpster had 3 rebounds, no shots. Logan Lutz was 3 for 7 from the field, including a 3, and he had a rebound to go with 7 points. Ryan Matheny, 0 for 1 from the field, 1 for 2 from the line, 2 rebounds to go with 1 point. 4, 7, and 16-16 second half for South Central's 43 points. They fall to 8 and 14. For for St. Anthony today, James Gavis, 2 for 2 from the field, 1 for 1 from the line, had 7 rebounds to go with 5 points. Chandler Martelli, 1 for 5 from the field, but 6 of 8 from the line, 1 rebound, 8 points. Nick Grunlow, 4 for 9 from the field, 3 for 4 from the line, 7 rebounds, 13 points. Drew Gibson, 4 for 7 from the field, 8 for 8 from the line, and he had 16 points. Jane Eberge, 1 for 2 from the field and from the line for his 3 points. Kyle Harkey, 1 for 5 from the field, 3 for 4 from the line, 4 rebounds to go with 5 points. Alex Beasley made his only foul shot, 2 rebounds to go with had a rebound to go with 3 points. Cade Walsh, 2 for 5 from the field. He had a 3, had 2 rebounds to go with 5 points. Alex Staters was 2 for 2 from the line for 2 points, and Ty Kinkler grabbed a rebound. 9, 16, 14, and 21 for St. Anthony's 60 points. Again, Bulldogs 25 of 30 at the line in this one, 17 of 19 at the line in the fourth quarter. They win it 60-43. So that's our third place game. That is joined by the seventh place game where Windsor's Two Straws beat Neoga 47-33, and the consolation championship where St. Elmo Brownstown posted a win over Beecher City Cowden Herrick 74-65, and that brings up the big one tonight at 7:30. Dietrich and Altamont. That should be a dandy. I just am hoping for lots of fun. Altamont, got the home floor, going without one of their starters tonight, but of course Dietrich's running without Trenton Poe, one of their starters. So
right.
All things considered, this should be a lot of fun tonight.
We should say that Clayton Wolf has not officially been labeled as out for tonight's game by anybody, but just from kind of getting the vibe, not sure. He's definitely not going to be at full strength, but it's not beyond Clayton to try to take the court, that's for sure, especially in his senior year here at the NTC.
Tough kid who wants to miss this, especially as a senior. Wayne had a good look at his leg, though, and Wayne said it wasn't pretty.
Oh, no, I'm sure it's not.
So we'll see. Hey, I hope he does play. He's a great kid. So, anyway, it ought to be fun. Dietrich and Altamont, 7:30. Gates open at 6:45. Last word we had were there still were a few tickets around, $4 a head. So, heck, bring you over $4 anymore.
You're not going to get better entertainment for the money. I can promise you that.
No, and you'll certainly see lots of your friends here. It ought to be a lot of fun. So we hope to see you here. If you can't be here, though, we'll, of course, have live video and audio streaming of the game as well as right here on the radio on 97.9 XFM. So time for us to say thanks for a little while. Thanks to everybody here at Altamont for being great hosts, as they are every year. And mention that we want to thank Brian back at the studios, Brian Squared, in fact, at the studios, Brian Herman and Brian Dust. And another great job by Wayne, as he was laboring maybe on his own a good part of the afternoon anyway. So nice job getting the pictures out. And for Mr. Matt Robinson, I'm Greg Sapp. We'll see you again at it's about 7:15, something like that, with the pregame show. We'll take a little more time since it's special. So 7:15 tomorrow night, or tonight, 7:15 tonight. We'll see you then. So for all those folks and me, hello, Greg. Enjoy your afternoon, everybody.